glad you've stayed tuned. It's Phoebe and Kerry. We've just done a brief introduction about why eating can be challenging. This second instalment, continuation if you will, is about how cutlery can make a difference to your eating habits.
So as we said, we're both dyspraxic. We both find eating a little bit challenging, and the thing that makes a big difference to us is the cutlery that you use. Now, cutlery can be really quite heavy and cumbersome, and we have got some little tips for you. So
yeah, as you can see, this one's quite thick
and quite heavy
and quite thick. I remember about 2 years ago now, Charlotte, who's my younger sister, was quite young at this stage, so she was using smaller knives and forks like this, you can see. So I don't think there was any other stuff left, so it's obviously probably all in the dishwasher. So I used the small knives and forks, and it was really significant, the difference that it made, because it wasn't heavy. I was not pushing things off my plate, I was getting things in my mouth. I could actually control how I was eating a lot better because of the lighter cutlery. As you can see, the size difference. I wasn't getting food at my fingers either, because with these, to control them, I would have to hold them very close to the tines. So it's a very big difference, and they're a lot thinner and so much lighter, so it's a lot more easier to control. You don't really have this problem so much, but it can really make a difference to some people, because you had some students, didn't you?
Yeah, I've recommended this to students who've been really quite self-conscious about eating out or at family events, and I suggested this after Phoebe made this miraculous discovery, and they found the same thing. You might not want to use the ones with little cartoons on them. They can be a little bit babyish, but it's great for you kids out there. However, there are this little set that we particularly like, and we'll show you a little bit of a difference as well in the size of things, and they're much more grown up. They're like a miniature version.
Yeah, they don't have any patterns on or anything.
They're shorter, so they're easier to control, and they're lighter and easier to control, and of course the whole grip is the whole hand, which means you're not having to manipulate something that's much longer and more wieldy.
Yeah.
Now Phoebe's going to talk about her love of sporks.
Yes, I love sporks. I've got two things to talk about actually, which I absolutely adore. First of all is the spork. As you can see, it's a lot better for scooping. So on a fork, as you can see, you know, it's good. I like these forks, but you can get a lot more on these forks, and the food you're eating doesn't fall off, and they're just so much easier, because we often eat with one hand nowadays because it's just easier and quicker.
And this is a spoon, a fork and a knife, that's a serrated edge, all in one, hence a spork. It was invented, I was told in Millets the other day when I asked about them, by a man who had disabilities and he had one hand to be able to eat with, so therefore invented the spork. You can get them in plastic and whatnot, but we've got some nice metal ones.
We thank him very much.
We thank you very much. So you can stab things, and you can scoop things, and you can cut things, and it's all with one hand. So it's great, and they're nice and wide, so you can get lots on.
Again, with cutlery which is wide and has a scoop low. Yes, these spoons, I love them. As you can see, they're really quite long, so I don't get things at my fingers. I can still control them, and you can get a lot. As you probably see, yep. It's more of a circular shape, more round. This one's like an egg.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're a lot better. You don't get as much on, but then again, I don't like too much in my mouth anyway, because
mouthfeel is really important to you, isn't it?
Yes. But I don't like to make combinations of food like peas and carrots, etc. I don't like the two textures or the two tastes together, so I eat my carrots separately and my peas separately, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Mouthfeel and those sort of eating things separately are actually a way that people asked about their difficulties, and it can be another way, like depth perception and motor skills, of finding out that somebody is dyspraxic. Now the other thing we want to talk about is chopsticks. I can't use chopsticks, hate chopsticks. But Phoebe is a genius for chopsticks.
Well,
so,
considering I have dyspraxia.
Well, you're a genius. No, it doesn't matter about dyspraxia, you're just a genius at chopsticks. Now this is our little gadget man, and he has resistance. I don't know if you can see. He has resistance, so you don't actually have to hold them in a certain way or manipulate them, you just have to be able to move one finger up and down.
You can get ones which are more discreet than that, because that's for Charlotte. So
yeah, so you can have little hook ones and little bead ones, so they don't actually seem so obvious. So this is great for picking up things with chopsticks, and I will demonstrate now, hopefully. Ta-da! I can pick up a bobble.
You see, I can use chopsticks quite well. So
she's just showing off now.
I'm not showing off.
Chopsticks.
So I can pick them up quite easily.
Excellent.
And I don't need Mr. Redman.
Okay, So that's the cutlery. However, we're going to talk about a few little gadgets that actually make our lives a lot easier. One of them is the glorious peeler from Stella. It's delicious. It has a long handle and a grip on the handle, so you can scrape your carrot or...
And it only takes the skin off, it doesn't take any of the flesh off, so you're not wasting the carrots, and it makes peeling a lot quicker. Another gadget is this. It's a strawberry plucker, not a
decorer.
Decor, not a plucker. But anyway, you'd open it however wide it would be, twist, out it comes. Again, it literally takes about 2 seconds. From Chef In, Chef apostrophe N.
So it's great because Phoebe doesn't like the core of the strawberry.
It's a very different texture to the actual strawberry. We have strawberries a lot, so it's very useful to have if you eat a lot of strawberries.
And then you're not wasting half the strawberry cutting it to get rid of the core, and it's a lot safer and there's no fingers involved.
Yep. In the next part of the video, which is other gadgets which make easier to eat, we're going to be talking about big mats, non-slip trays, straws, etc. So if you'd like to find out about that, stay tuned.